This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's Clueless Trading Frank. It's approximately 8:39 p.m. I did say I would start at 8:40 p.m. So from a New York standpoint, I am fashionably early to the party. Welcome. This is a midweek Wednesday strategic webinar. Session will be recorded, uploaded to the Clueless Trading YouTube channel for further viewing by all members and free trial subscribers at their own time, hopefully before the market starts tomorrow. On that note, full disclosure, this is purely for financial education, not for any solicitation or advice. Okay, so what are we going to do tonight? I have no idea, because everything that I've talked about over the last God knows how many weeks, how many days, has all come right. So what happens when I dangle the dollar? I don't control the markets, but the markets follow my charts, and big dollars, and hopefully many of you went for it and grabbed it, because the ones you didn't, like I say, my condolences. Really, my condolences. And if you guys are not feeling crappy, the ones who haven't made any money through this enormous reflex rally that is still ongoing, but reaching a point where we're reaching those upper levels that we're going to look at on the charts, where the big smack comes in, well, my condolences. And if you don't think you want to feel bad when you go to bed at night because you completely effed up, because you were too scared, you didn't want to look at the charts, you didn't want to take any trades, you didn't want to do anything, because the little voice in your head, the little demon in your head basically said, oh my God, the United States will never come back. It's going to be all over. Donald Trump sucks. All kinds of, stuff that happens. Tesla. And, again, I repeat, my condolences. Because if that's the way you're going to go, don't pay those few bucks to make thousands of dollars that people do on my service. Just don't trade. Don't be a trader. Traders are a rare breed, and tactical traders are very rare. There's a lot of emotional traders. Everyone wants to make a quick buck. Oh my God, it's like playing DraftKings. Anyone have DraftKings app on their iPhone?
No.
Yes.
I do. I'm not a gambler. I don't go to Vegas. My brother-in-law from Canada is one of the best poker players that I've known. Smart as a cookie. And he's a financial advisor on top of that. The guy's like, he came to visit. I took him down to Atlantic City. I'm like falling asleep by 3 in the morning. He's sitting down on a table with the high rollers, Chinese, Arabs, Jersey, New York, really Hasidic Jews, like, oh my God, like, like the curls flowing around, right? And hardcore guys. They're putting big bills down. I'm like almost falling asleep. I'm having like my fourth drink. I'm like, I need to fall asleep. I can't gamble. The only place I gamble is in the options market. And it's a beautiful place to gamble. What is the difference between gambling and options trading? If you guys don't understand that, do not be an options trader. What is the difference between gambling and options trading?
We can put the odds in our favor. If you gamble at a casino, the odds are always in favor of the house.
You are very, very correct. And in simple English, what does that mean? Can somebody else expand on what my good friend Mike just explained?
We have charts.
Frank, the card counter.
You see, you guys are like too smart for my liking. I'm like clueless. I just like to talk to. If I could, I could meet a guy in the garage, in a gas station. I could explain to him what the difference between options trading and gambling is. Here's gambling. Like Mike said, the house takes most of the money. What is the ratio for any casino? Which, by the way, the stocks are going higher. MGM, LVS, Wynn, going higher. Vegas is opening. Our boy Donald Trump just met all the big boys, CEOs from the casinos tonight. They're going to open. So what is the difference? The difference is that in options trading, you can quantify your risks. If you put in $2,000, if you put in $200, hopefully not 20,000 bucks in a trade. Yeah, well, I've done that before. Like, that's sweet. I'm getting like a little bit conservative in my old age, given the fact that I have to pay all my, son's college tuition and the cars and all that stuff. But the fact is that you can quantify your risk. You put in 2,000 bucks. You can say, okay, I can see the charts. Whoever said charts is correct. And I could lose 60% on that. I could cost average down in there. And if the options are cheap, I could cost average down more. And I can make a lot of money. So it's quantifiable gambling. In actual gambling, other than poker, poker is actually more like quantifiable. You can actually, according to my brother-in-law, the Canadian genius, is you can actually not just count cards, but you can figure out what your odds are based on your opponents. Well, in our case, in the case of, and by the way, this is the actual E-minis, actual market. In our case, when we trade options, we're trading probabilities. What is the probability of something going higher versus lower? And the only way we can determine it is between the externals, which are the charts, and the internals, which are the indicators. Are you guys with me?
Yeah.
Exactly. Now, where do we screw up? As I don't screw up that much, but I still do here and there. I tend to sell a little bit too early. That's my problem. And by the way, let me just give a primal yell. What the fuck happened today on earnings? Microsoft up $15 at one point? Is this real? Like, Satya Nadella, the bald-headed Indian genius who is like the skinny version of Kojak, if anyone's ever seen that show. What was Kojak's real name? Mike, you'd know that.
Telly Savalas.
Telly Savalas.
And who's his daughter? Or granddaughter? Let's see how good you guys are at American tidbit information. It's a she, and she's very famous. Come on, guys, don't disappoint me.
Kim Kardashian.
Oh, shut the fuck up, Kim Kardashian. Kim Kardashian's father was the guy who represented, he's Armenian, the genius who got, OJ's lawyer. Okay, Kim Kardashian is a Armenian. Okay, Telly Savalas is Greek. Jennifer Aniston. You think I just know about trading? Come on, wake that up, okay, you guys. So stupid. Nobody could answer me that question. I'm very disappointed in you guys. Like, come on. Jennifer Aniston is Telly Savalas's, I don't think daughter, but either granddaughter or something like that. Okay? Kim Kardashian is no way connected to Telly Savalas. Okay. So Satya Nadella, who is the Indian genius, like, oh my God, all these Indians run all these places. Google, like, oh my God, why did we play Google? Because I'm an idiot. What's his name? I forget his name. What's the Google? Sundar Pichai. Sundar Pichai. It's like if you met him on the street, you'd be like, hey, are you selling me a Indian curry? And the guy is worth more billions than we'll ever see in our lifetimes. We'll never see in our lifetimes. Okay? And how much billions did he make yesterday on Google? Up how much? Like 140 bucks at one point? That's what makes America great. Brains. Brains, guys. Not like stupid slogans. Brains. Make America smart again. And then Zuckerberg. What do you do today? So I say, what the fuck is going on? Because I'm looking at these after hours plays. We are in them. We're in them. And hopefully some of you are in them. And if you're not, please, for God's sakes, just take like 5 days off from trading. Sign up for ACS coaching. Slap yourself hard, because I'm not going to slap you. I don't want to. I can't even slap you because it's coronavirus time. Stay at home. Social distancing. And I'm not going to slap you with my gloves on. Okay. The only gloves I wear, I'm walking the dogs. My son's like, you got to wear the gloves. Okay, I will. Okay. And seriously, please just slap yourself with gloves on. Because if you are not making money in this market, you're doing something so wrong. And the only thing you're doing wrong is because your little demons in your head are so frigging scared. You will never make money. I don't care whether the market goes to new highs. And the market, the way it looks like, will go to new highs. Because Gilead Sciences that I told you guys to buy over and over and over again. Keep some position in Gilead Sciences.
According
It's
to
not
MSNBC, it's pronounced Gilead.
Yeah, screw them. Yeah, I know. You sent me that text. Yeah, Gilead. Okay. So the point is, Dr. Fauci, aka Brad Pitt, and he's got a great sense of humor. Of course he is. He's from New York. He's an Italian. I love it. So the point is that Gilead Sciences actually has the miracle drug, and the only reason that it's not fully available, and supposedly the FDA will approve it like ASAP, because there are we're in different circumstances. Normally it would be an 18-month clinical trial, all that stuff, right? Came up with remdesivir, which I've talked about extensively, which actually works. So
Also, I know it's improper to correct Frank midstream.
Go
Telly
ahead.
Savalas is Nicole Aniston's godfather.
Oh,
No blood relation.
Okay, Jennifer Aniston's godfather. Okay, but we're in the same page, though.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. See, Mike is just like me. We are the reservoir of useless knowledge. Okay, that's why me and Mike get along so well. Yes. So, guys, the biggest thing you need to know about the market: Jennifer Aniston is Telly Savalas's godfather, right? And she's a goddaughter. Okay.
Correct.
There you go. There you go, guys. Yeah. So, anyone who thinks Jennifer Aniston is hot, she's pretty actually hot for her age. She's pretty nice. And I always thought Friends was such a stupid show, but then that's me. So there you go, guys. All right. So couple of things here. Let's get a little serious. It's been a long day. We have a lot of profits to take tomorrow morning. So hopefully many of you do. I want everyone to be on board. There's more profits to be made, many more earnings plays coming around. So bottom line is, what's going on here? Can somebody answer me in a simple reason, aside from technicals and all that stuff? I know my charts are brilliant. They're brilliant when listen, I deserve some credit. Come on. Called you guys to buy the stock here. I mean, the market here, and I said it's going to go to the 50-day moving average, and it's blasting through it. So my question is why? What's the psychological reason propagating the catalyst? I mean, pushing the catalyst. Why the market's going higher? I'm going to ask. Come on, somebody just step up. Mario, you're new. You're like very new to the market, and so his answer would be much appreciated by everyone else. Mario Abreu. And by the way, all of you guys with your full name, so I can find your social security numbers and everything in one go by typing in Google, including Mr. Harrington. Just please change your names into handles, please. Okay, I'm an ex-Wall Street guy. I can find anything about you guys, anything. Okay, criminal records, bad records, sex offender records, you beat a dog record, or a cat, you threw a cat out the window record. I can find everything. So please, including John Franco. You're like in my neighborhood in Jersey City somewhere. I find everything about you. Trust me. All right. So please change your beautiful names, your God-given, I mean, your parental given names to some handles. Okay, can we do that? Okay, good. So
Yes.
Yes.
I just had a big argument with the bank about that. I didn't want to do a probate filing. They wanted me to do it. And it's like, well, see, now everybody can go to the courthouse and find out who I am, where I live, what my phone number is, what my email
you don't need
address
to go to
is.
courthouse. You just need to, I can do it in 3 clicks on Google. Okay, let's move on. Seriously, I can 3 clicks on Google, I'll find everything about you. On Twitter, I know your face. On social media, if you have Facebook and stuff, I know everything. That's the beauty about, you know, putting your life on social media. If Facebook had members like me, I have my personal account on Facebook. I don't have a single picture. Yeah, a couple of pictures of my kid when he was growing up, I think, but it's all private. So Facebook would be out of business right now. The stock wouldn't be up $30 right now. Okay, the stock would be down $20 because Frank type of guys in Facebook. Forget all that stuff. Why are the markets psychologically going higher?
Because
Mario, I asked Mario. Mario, please answer.
Well, to be honest, I don't know because I'm.
Oh, you don't. Actually, you do know. And the only reason you're saying you don't know because you don't want to exercise your brain, my friend. Okay? And we're in the business of exercising our brains. You're a tax accountant, my friend. You're much smarter than me or anyone out there. Of course, you do know. What is moving the markets? What is the hope that is moving the markets?
Well,
word.
hopefully.
No. Hold on. Stop. I asked Mario. He's a new member. I like him. I've talked to him. He's going to be a great trader. I've made enough great traders over my years. I'm asking Mario. Mario, please answer.
Hopefully a cure for everything that's going on. So there's a lot of hope and expectation.
Yes. You knew the answer. The cure. And the cure almost is coming in the form of a drug called remdesivir. How the hell do they find these names? Remdesivir by Gilead Sciences, that is a stock which we've been learning for a while. Yes, the hope for a cure. What is the second reason? Somebody else tell me. It is connected to to a hope for a cure of this terrible disease that has taken thousands and thousands of lives. Every life matters. Thousands of lives. So what is the next reason why the markets are going higher, aside from my charts?
Phasing in of the
What?
phasing in of the opening of the economy.
Yes, exactly. Opening of the economy. No, yeah, exactly. A phase out of the stay-at-home situation. Exactly. Guys, you know who Peter Lynch was? I know Mike knows. Mike, don't say anything. Who was Peter Lynch?
Magellan Fund.
Yes. What company?
Fidelity.
Yes, Fidelity. And what was the great book that he wrote?
One
Up
up
on
on
Wall Street.
The book was called One Up on Wall Street. I can't remember the book, but what was one of his most famous things? That you got to invest in companies that you know, right? That you use. So the market is the same way. You got to go with what you know. So what we know is 2 reasons. One, like Mario said correctly, even though his brain initially said, I don't know, which you knew, is a hope for a cure, which is coming. There are 37 great American biotech companies, Chinese companies also, and European companies that are German companies that are working on the cure. And you think we can find the cure for this virus? Of course we will. And the second thing is the opening of the US economy. So my question is, aside from charts and stuff, why are the hardcore multi-million-dollar fatly paid idiots from Wall Street, my ex-home, always constantly saying the markets are going to crash? And why, more importantly, are you all not bullish enough to buy actual trades? And the answer is fear. Yet the charts are screaming, we want to go higher. And yet, most of you are sitting around not buying stocks or options. Am I right or wrong? Are you walking the bullish walk to the degree you should be, given that it's almost a full-scale, high-level probability that we are going higher, that we have been talking about for weeks and weeks now? Am I right or wrong?
You're right.
Right.
I'm dead right. And even me, who has been dead right, are not completely going full-scale ballistic, playing offense. What is the market doing right now? Even now, is it playing offense or defense? Is the market playing offense or defense?
I think it's playing defense.
Yeah, somebody please mute the microphone, please. And who put Frank's only friend? Who knows me that well? Because I might boot them.
Your only friend, Frank. I'll
Oh,
change it.
oh, is that Mike?
I'll change it. Then
No,
Frank with no friend.
I love it. I love it. Who's that? Mike Harrington?
Yes.
I love it. Mike, Frank's only friend. Wow, that's like when my wife's screaming at me. Who's your friend? I said, I have lots. He goes, who likes you? I said, I have no idea. Just kidding. Okay, Mike, I love it. Keep it. Frank's only friend. That's called being creative. All right. So yeah. So bottom line is, I think Aldi said that. Aldi's here. Who said the market's playing defense?
I did.
And who's I?
Audi.
Okay. Yeah, Aldi's that right. The market's playing defense, and even though at Clueless A Trading we are playing offense, we are still playing defense. Why do I say that? Because I still have more than 40% in cash, and I'm only playing with 50% of cash into my options position. If I was super bullish, which I should be, okay, because I've been so dead right, but the volatility algos keep us on our toes, then I should be at least 70% invested in the market instead of 60%. Or what 70%? 80% invested. I have never to this day put like 100% of my few dollars that I have completely in the market, even though I've regretted it. So what are you guys doing? I have no idea. Okay? So we're all playing defense, and forget those idiots and those. And somebody will sue me one day, like that lady Liz, whatever her name is, the nice-looking lady. She's like, I'm expecting another dip. Okay, we're gonna get the charts in a second. And that guy, I forget his name, the Italian guy. He's always on CNBC from like 900 years ago. On all the other guys, like these guys are like constantly defending their completely erroneous garbage forecasts and never want to buy the market. So I give up, man. All right. So we're all playing defense. So what happens, Aldi, when everybody plays defense? Does that mean these big shot fund managers have a lot in cash, or they don't have much in cash if they're playing defense?
They have a lot of cash.
Right, sitting on the sidelines, right? So imagine if you had $1 billion to manage, which most fund managers do. Ooh, this is such a sexy chart. Hello. I mean, this is like the worm is turning so hard, it's not even funny, okay? So this is your monthly chart. So if you had $1 billion to manage and you had 600, let's say 700, not, they have like a lot more in cash. So let's say they have 30% in cash, 40%, and you are a long only manager. What does a long only manager mean from a mutual fund standpoint? That means they can only buy stocks. to go higher. They can't short the market and stuff. Most mutual funds are mandated not to short, believe it or not. Hedge funds can short as much as they want. And most of them right now on what stocks, by the way, that we are in are right now not going to have a very nice night, not going to have a very nice morning, probably will not have a wife by tomorrow. Will have to give away their 20 over leveraged borrowed Hamptons houses and their Italian supercars or German supercars. On what stocks will they completely are getting killed as we speak? I'm talking about the short guys, including Jim frigging Chanos.
Tesla, Facebook.
Yeah, Tesla, Facebook, and what's the other one? Microsoft, I don't think they're short that much, but they're probably also not long that much. But Tesla and Facebook, to mention a few, they're dying. Because right now, billions of dollars will be lost by tomorrow morning or hundreds of millions because their short positions have gone completely wrong. And only at Clueless Trading, I've said this stock is going to go higher. Tesla is going to go past $1,000+ very, very soon. Very, very soon. So whether you bought options or a few common, you're up a lot. Okay? And these brilliant people sitting in their $20 million mansions are going to lose millions of dollars, and I hope they all frigging fry. Okay? Because all they want to do is short every American great company that has come about. That's all they want to do. And they enjoy all the benefits of living in America. So I say F them. Okay? All right, guys, let's get into charts right now. So what's going to happen? Quick broad points. Federal Reserve Jerome Powell, great American patriot, said all the right things. Great stuff. Exactly what I said. He was great. He was great. He's a great man. He's trying to do great things for America. He's a soft-spoken, sober individual. He's not the type to go beer chugging and whatever people do, smoking a crack pipe. He's not going to do all that stuff. Okay, he'll sit there, have a glass of red wine, and talk to you in very high-level economics, and that is, I love it. I love people like that. I love people like that. Okay, I don't like people who dumb speak. I don't. So great. So he did great things. Great companies have produced great results. Apple is tomorrow. I don't really know. Maybe the stock will be down 20. I'll buy the crap out of it because the iPhone is an essential. Okay, it's an essential item. Without an iPhone, I would stop my service. Not that I even need it to run the service, but without an iPhone, I'll probably wake up in the middle of the night screaming, like, what happened? I have two iPhones, right? I have the iPhone Max, the large screen. I want them to bring a larger screen, and I have the 8 Plus. And if I can't find one, I freak out. Like, what the hell's going on? My wife's like, "What's wrong with you?" Honey, where's my other phone? So I have to do the tracker to find out where it is. What's Apple gonna do? Bomb the results? Yeah, okay. Maybe the algos will drive it down like 10, $15. I don't care. I'll buy it. That's a big one. Okay. So great companies have come up with great results. Everybody's negative on it. Google, we missed the trade. Facebook, we didn't miss the trade. Twitter, we didn't miss the trade. Coming on tomorrow morning, still higher after hours. Name it. Okay, Tesla, we didn't miss the trade. All good stuff. So great earnings, good stuff. America is not falling into a complete, abyss. I always said that. Third reason is this is your daily chart. By now, you guys should have it memorized. You should be having dreams about this cup and handle. It's a beautiful cup and handle, guys. It's beautiful. Do I sound like Donald when I talk? Sometimes I listen to myself from like on the video because I kind of replay it back just to make sure I didn't say anything stupid, which is most of the times I do. I like sound a bit like him, like repeat the same things, but that's fine. So look at this chart. How beautiful is this? Oh my God. Told you guys, cup and handle. Told you guys over and over again. Look at this. A bullish engulfing candle. A little futures are actually up right now. Man, I want futures down so I can buy stuff cheaper. All these stocks, technology stocks, the one which really matter, are all higher. Service now. Told you guys the stock's going to go higher. It is still going to go higher from here. TTD, Trade Desk, played it the first 2 times, left it alone for the past week. I did slap myself for that. That stock went berserk. TTD, Shopify, we did very well with it. And we're going to still play it for earnings. The stock, in my opinion, can go to 700 plus easy. It's only 50 points away from here. So what's happening is these great companies are giving us an opportunity to buy. This is the new normal. What is the new normal in US society? The new normal in US society is completely online. Completely online. Okay? So tonight I'm going to highlight a couple of themes aside from the software companies which are taking us to the world of not just for retail, but for in companies. A lot of companies are going to have a lot of their people working from home going forward. It's a given. It's a given. There's no longer going to be crowded offices and cafeterias and people just like kind of like hugging each other. It's a different world. And who are going to benefit from that? Remote work, remote learning. Forget remote learning. Remote corporate actions, working remotely. Perfect. So who are the biggest providers of that? Companies like ServiceNow. And online shopping, Wayfair, Wayfair, Shopify, Amazon, forget it. That thing is like, it's a nut. I mean, Bezos is like, what is he? He's like the chosen one, out there. Like he can stop making money. He doesn't even have to do anything. He just makes money. All right. What is the other theme that is going to drive the markets as we open up America, guys? What are the industries we talked about, which it did like big money for us recently? Come on, guys. I want you
Home,
guys to, huh?
houses, the house
Yeah,
market.
exactly. Housing, Toll Brothers, Hovnanian, these type of companies. Absolutely. Airlines. People are going to fly again. Nobody's taking a bus to, Punta Cana or some other fancy resort in Cancun if they don't get shot through the head. Did you hear about this American couple who got shot by the cartel in Mexico? Did you guys read that?
Yep.
No.
Terrible.
I'm telling you, man. It's, it's fun to watch the Netflix Narcos and shit, but there are a bunch of real bastards out there. I mean, it just took this couple out, nice looking couple. Like, whoa. I mean, hopefully they weren't trying to score some, couple of ounces of coke or something, But seriously, they just got shot in cold blood. I'm telling you, it's don't take me the wrong way. I'm not a racist. I'm an equal opportunity racist, right? People who know me. I'm telling you, out there, it's nuts. It's nuts. It makes Chicago South Side look like a walk in the park. And these cartels are going to get more desperate. But I'm sure cocaine use and a lot of recreational drug use went up big time during the crisis. I'm sure it did. Okay, hopefully not with you guys too much, all right? Because you can be doing snorting lines and trading at the same time, even though it might work for the first 10 minutes. After that, when the volatility hits, you're done, all right? You wouldn't even know what the heck's going on. So all kidding aside, terrible. When I saw that news, all, effed up, some effed up places in that part of the world, that. So anyway, so bottom line is, I had to get my chain of thought because there's a couple of things to talk about. Why was I talking? Why did I say, oh, travel. Yes, tourism, is it going to come back? Absolutely. People are dying to go out. So dying to fly overseas, even if they want to get shot in their head in Mexico or in, Colombia or somewhere, that's fine. They still want to travel. They want the beaches, all that. And people are going to fly to China, believe it or not, okay, to see all the great historical things and stuff. As long as they don't eat bats and rats, it's fine with me. They're going to fly to Dubai. It's fine. No, so people are going to travel. So airlines are going to go higher. Even the another one that I missed the trade after we did it a couple of weeks ago, Carnival Cruise Lines. Like, oh my God, the stock was up 23%. So if somebody says, Frank, you're so great, you're putting all these trades, I said, no, I'm not, because I'm missing all these like amazing trades. Did anyone see CCL today? Stock was up $3.40 to 18 bucks, 24%. Options went through the roof. It's wild. Okay, so yes, people are going to go on cruises, and remember, before coronavirus, but as I'm talking to stock, I'm going to show the charts. Like, oh my God, before coronavirus, didn't cruise lines have like incidences of food poisoning and stuff, guys?
Yeah.
All the time, right? Because near my place are the biggest cruise lines that leave. I'm sitting on my patio. I can see these huge ships going down past New York and Hudson River, and they leave from Bayonne, which is one of the largest cruise line ports. Where all the big ones dock. So even before the coronavirus hit, people were getting sick. I think people were falling out of windows and dying. You've heard some of the incidences, right? People like falling over. They can't. Oh, why did he fall over? Oh, he was drunk. Oh, okay. So he just disappeared, and you didn't bother to look for him till 2 days later. So what happened? The dolphins ate him. I mean, seriously, there's been a lot of problems with cruise lines for a long time, And who's ever watched the show Succession?
Great show.
Amazing show. Are they bringing a new season? And if anyone who's not seen these type of shows, you better wake up, man. Succession. Remember they had that big scandal by the cruise lines, right? And because that was one of the biggest business. And this is about. It was kind of based on. He was a newspaper magnate. Watch Succession on Netflix, please. Come on, then you can really connect with me. So anyway, the cruise lines are going to go higher. So we don't really have to think much. Casinos are going to go higher. Cruise lines secondarily are going higher. Toll Brothers told you guys to buy it at 21. Where's the frigging stock at 27? And this is your Carnival. I'm just picking one. 50-day moving average at 1892. Like, we don't have to overthink. Let's look at Toll Brothers. People are not going to buy houses. I mean, come on. They're dying. They're going to walk into a house, ask the realtor, is this a coronavirus-free zone? They're going to say, of course. You don't have to wear a mask when you go to the bathroom. Like, okay, I'm buying the house. Do you think I'm kidding? Rates this low. People are going to buy houses. Mortgage applications shot through the roof today. Okay, so you're looking at this thing here, 26, just about to kiss the 50-day moving average. Forget the technicals. Use your common sense. The stock is good enough to go to 31. The 50 fib. Remember the 50 fib. Write 50 fib and put it over your, in your bathroom or something. Your wife's gonna say, "What's this 50 fib all about?" It goes, "Honey, that's my girlfriend. She makes me a lot of money." And then she's gonna slap you and say, "What?" And then you're gonna show her a Clueless A trading chart, and she's gonna say, "Oh wow, I get it. It's the 50 fib." The fib 50. The fib 50 is 31.29. Don't overthink. You don't need me. Buy these things. Like, all of a sudden, housing's going to complete. Now, all this is predicated on the fact that we don't get a second round of a resurgence of this terrible, terrible killer, the coronavirus. If that happens, that's a different story. But, we have to be careful. These stocks have a long way to move, guys. A long way to move. Are you guys with me on this? Because I'm telling you what to make money on going forward into the summer months. Are you guys with me?
Yeah.
Yes. Look, you guys pay me like whatever, like this puny $70, like some people pay $90 a month. And a lot of you make thousands of dollars, hundreds of dollars off my alerts and my hard work. What do you give me in return? Nothing. Hey, Frank, great job. Oh, that really pays my PSE&G bill. You know what I want from you guys in return? What do I want from you guys in return?
Referrals?
Yeah, referrals.
Friendship.
Referrals. And you know what the best part about this business is? I mean, my service? That your referrals, whether they're a bunch of complete idiots, morons, but smart guys, but who are morons in the market, will be trained to make money. So what the hell don't I get so many referrals from, other than a few people? Think about it for a minute. I'm not beholden to you. I don't care, like, if you give me 5 or, or 1 referral, 2 referrals. I'm just asking a simple question. Many of you have made thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars off my hard work and alerts and walked you through this treacherous market every single day, still doing. What do I get back in return? I don't need a friggin' box of chocolates or money. Get a bunch of good, solid referrals. Spread the word, because that's how we grow. We don't advertise. We don't put out big banners saying, hey, put in $3,000, you're going to make 40,000, like some of our members have in a month. And good for them. They wouldn't make that if they didn't join Clue-to-Say Trading. They would still be a spectator looking at the market outside in. So how about putting in some referrals, some new blood? Let's get the community growing. And I don't beg to people. The only entity I beg to is God. Every night and every morning. That's the only entity I beg to. Not you guys. But how about spreading the word and getting a bunch of referrals? And what about those few referrals who recently left? Bunch of complete morons. I feel so sad for them. Then they give me the same bunch of excuses. I'm so busy, I can't look at things. Oh, okay, just go away. We don't need sheep like that. We need real Americans. We need real grit. We need real guys who want to enhance their lives. So get the frigging referrals. Okay, that's all I want from you guys, all right? Whether you make money or not is not my business, but get referrals. Okay, so Toll Brothers, great one. CCL we looked at. Great. What is the other one that doing fantastic? UL. Just picked one. I just picked, United Airlines. You can buy Delta. You can buy American Airlines. Look at this, the triangle breakout. The same thing that's happening with Boeing, even though they were slamming Boeing for about 3 hours today. Means nothing. Boeing's going higher. So here's your triangle breakout. So when you look at it from a standpoint of a what's the thing? Of technical analysis, this is a low level. I don't even know the term, but it's a low level. I just made it up. Okay, it's a low level triangle consolidation, like a bear flag. Are you guys with me?
Yeah.
Okay, so a bear flag generally means that it's going to go lower. Not in this case, because the internal is telling us it's going to go higher, because people want to go to all the great destinations. They're all pent up. They're sick and tired. I just read this article on Business Insider. You know what is the after effect of this stay-at-home unfortunate thing that people, that stay-at-home order? What is happening to families? And especially in the
Closer to get.
not just in the Northeast, all over the country. what is happening?
They're getting closer together.
Bullshit. The highest
That's
number of
violence.
you're close. Highest number of divorce filings have already occurred in what do you call, in the center part of the country and the east and west coast. Divorce attorneys can handle it. They are getting divorce filings immediately. You see, this Lala thing, like, oh, closer together. Yes, some people got closer together. Most of them who mostly stayed out, worked, came back home. And I'm talking about, it doesn't matter, especially my Wall Street days, I saw this happen a lot. Big shot guys, my bosses, they get home. In the meantime, they had their Goombas, their girlfriend experience, the whole works, right? And now they're stuffed in with their wives. Initially, hi, honey, I love you. What do you want me to take the garbage out? And the next thing you know, filing divorce papers. Highest number of divorce filings have happened over the last 4 weeks. Welcome to the reality of life. It is ruining families in many cases. And some people have gotten close together. All right? So wake up, guys. All right? Wake up. I work from home all the time, so it's like my wife's used to me. Like, I used to do my thing. I respect her privacy, and she respects my privacy. Okay? She knows I'm like glued to the screens. I'm like pretty okay. So, all right? That's America for you. Divorce attorneys are going to get so frigging rich because of this coronavirus situation. It's not even funny. You don't believe me? Google it. Okay. So once this gets out, the ones who are close to hopefully not getting divorced, they'll say, you know what, honey, let's take a vacation. She'd be like, okay, let's do it. And maybe the divorce won't happen. You think I'm kidding? I've been married 22 years. I should know. All right?
All right. Frank,
So,
good question. What about?
let me finish. So this chart will go to 36, and you'll be rich because you didn't buy when I told you to buy down here 3 days ago or 4 days ago. So now you can still buy it. A triangle consolidation breakout over the 34-day moving average is huge. And from 30 to 36, you almost tripled your money. Question, whoever's asking.
Mario, what about Disney? Will people be going to like the Disney, the amusement park and stuff like that? You see that happening?
Disney chart looks great. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm with you on that. I think Disney is a great trade, even though I don't trade the stock that much. This is beautiful. It crossed over yesterday. I didn't even look at it. Thanks for bringing it to my attention. Yesterday, over the 50-day moving average of 107, 112. This stock, and this is a chart like drawn a while ago. So I'm just kind of adjusting it a little bit. Disney can very easily go, well, 114 is given. Disney can, why do I have these dotted lines? I must have drawn it a while ago. Because there was a gap fill? No, there was no gap fill. Let me see here. Hey, Zach, you with us?
Yes, I'm here.
Zach, new member, Zach, you made some money? Don't lie. Like if you didn't say no, I didn't make any money.
Yes, I did. Not much, but I did.
All right. Well, your goal should be a lot. You should be able to say, like some people here in the room, they're like, yeah. So that's another point I want to make before I comment on Disney. It doesn't matter the fact that I told you guys to buy the market thousands of points lower, and even hundreds of points lower since a good member Zach joined. It is never a bull market that makes you money. Write this down somewhere. This is words of wisdom. It is never a bull market that makes you money. It's how you attack that bull to make you money. Do you understand what I just said? I gave people the market 4,000 points lower. Said, buy the crap out of it. We're going higher. And many of you didn't do crap. I don't care intraday volatility. I keep on showing you the VIX. I keep on showing you the bigger term picture. So going higher. It is, you see, you can land a pot of gold in front of somebody's, but you know what some people will do? And Zach, you made some money, so that's fine. But you should have made a lot more. Shouldn't you have?
Yes.
Exactly. Once you admit to yourself, once you submit to yourself that you did something stupid, only then will the next couple of trades be the biggest winners. But if you keep on denying, saying, oh, I made a little bit of money. Why'd you make a little bit of money? I'm giving trades which are up 300-400%. Did you do any one of the, again, I'm not picking on you. I've talked to you personally. You're a good man. Okay. Didn't I give some great earnings that you could have bought 1 or 2 calls?
Yes.
Did you?
I bought Tesla shares.
Nice. Now you make me proud. Okay. Why didn't you buy Facebook? Why couldn't you buy 1 call at like $2, $3?
I couldn't find Facebook on the alert thing. I was looking for it.
We had the 205 calls.
Yeah, I must have missed that one.
Okay. Okay. Understood. I don't know if I put it out there, but I know we had the 205 calls from a couple of days ago. I still had them running. Okay, but you at least bought Tesla. Great. Great. So Disney. Who asked me about Disney?
Mario.
Okay. So Mario, you ready to attack Disney? Go.
All right.
Take Mickey under your arm and start dancing. Disney looks fantastic. I think Disney goes to 121. In fact, thanks for your attention because I'll buy Disney. 122, yeah. So I'm looking at 122 as the next move on Disney. Let's look at the weekly chart. Whoa, this is pretty freaking powerful. Yes, Disney will hit the 150-day moving average very soon at 117. That's 5 points from here. Look at this bullish engulfing candle. Yes. Now, barring any other major incidents, Disney's, here's the only danger with Disney. If when Disney opens their parks up and stuff, and there are incidences of coronavirus, which is very likely, that's a gap. What do you think will happen to Disney stock? It's going to drop like a rock. That is the biggest risk because Disney is fully infested with people now. Hopefully they do social distancing. I don't know how you do social distancing in a park where everybody is like lying on top of each other. Well, hopefully they will do it, but aside from that, absolutely. But that is the biggest danger. Do you understand? Because the companies which have the highest level of congestion, as in crowds and stuff, are the ones which are the biggest danger of another outbreak. Remember, it doesn't have to be an outbreak. Like one other person got the coronavirus infection, Disney stock will drop like a rock all the way down here. Do you understand? So aside from that, technicals look really good. Did that answer your question?
Yes.
Exactly. Now, what's the stock do I like a lot? What's happening? Well, as the world opens up, did we, and hopefully you guys did too, and it's got a lot of room to move. Home Depot, Georgia opened up. Warmest part of the country, right? This is a beautiful bull flag that I showed you guys. Home Depot, in my opinion, can go to $240 easy. As the country opens up, people will love to go do more stuff. They're already doing it. That's the reason why the stock has been moving up throughout this whole crisis. You know what Microsoft said today, which blew my mind? Microsoft said they had no impact from this crisis because everybody was using all their software, Microsoft Team, that's collaborative system, their Microsoft Azure, which is their, what do you call, cloud service. I'm like, oh my God. Mr. Telly Savalas, Indian version, is just like, hello. He doesn't care about money. He's a good guy. And he's very polite with President Trump. He's a great guy. You've ever seen President Trump say anything bad about Satya Nadella? Never, never, never. Because you have to be diplomatic. And so bottom line is, yeah. So it blew my mind. So Home Depot probably had very little to no impact. And the first thing people want to do is do something good for their house, for their garden, spring's coming. And most importantly, what is Home Depot big for? Come on, guys.
Construction.
What?
Construction.
Construction. Yes. Construction. Every contractor, mask or no mask, is rushing in there to buy all the construction material because building is and housing, as we talked about before, going higher. Home Depot is a stock we should just buy the crap out of every dip. Please, somebody mute their mic. You know, that sounded like a child screaming. Should I call the cops or what? Um, sorry about that, but seriously, it sounded like a child screaming or something. So please be careful. Just kidding. So bottom line is, this is beautiful. The stock, in my opinion, can hit a new high. So we don't have to overthink. So I just gave you a couple of great ideas on what's going on. Now, let me give you a couple of ideas. We're all the way from the bottom. Can somebody tell me these extreme lottos that I've been buying?
Frank, can I ask a question before we move from Home Depot?
What if I tell you no? I'm just
I'm
kidding.
still going to ask you.
Of course you're going to ask me. Yes, that's what we're here for. Yeah, go ahead.
We bought the 212 calls. We made good money. Then we got the 220. We did pretty good. So which call should you recommend right now?
Well, looking at the charts, the calls I'd recommend like going into like May 15th, okay? Because remember, even though the fundamentals and everything look really good, economy is opening up, the market also follows a technical cycle, right? So generally by mid-May, markets should, for whatever reason, the market always finds an excuse. There should be a minor correction, right? I've been talking about that. So I would buy the May 15 calls at around 230 that I have already, I think I've already put out there. And you can, 230. This gap fill, 230. I would buy the 230 calls. 230. And if you really want to push out more, I like to buy them like week to 2 weeks out, because this way I can control my risk. If I pay up a lot to buy calls like a month out, I have no idea what's going to happen in the next 2 weeks. Like I said, the biggest risk to the market right now is, of course, the technical risk is we get overbought, all those technical indicators we look at. The other risk is, what if we have a resurgence or some sort of automatic, like a resurgence of corona because things are opening up too fast. You guys do realize that's a possibility, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. And that has already happened in parts of China. That has already happened in parts of Germany, where they opened up things too fast. And next thing you know, more people are showing up with disease. Because humans are humans, So that's the reason I don't want to pay up too much to buy something 3 months out, because I don't really know what's going to happen 3 months out. I want to control my risk as an options trader, just maybe 1 to 2 weeks out on some of these stocks, which allow me to buy the weekly calls. Does everyone understand what I just said?
Yeah.
Exactly. And then of course you can manage like what you want to do. So yeah. So let me. So does that answer your question, sir?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, great. And everyone have their questions ready, because we want to wrap this up within the next 15 minutes. So stocks, somebody said, why the hell does he keep on buying these stocks? And I'm down on this, but I keep on buying it. Why? Does anyone remember, which many of you should, that options on Anthem just about a month ago or so went from 10 cents to $5? Does anyone remember that options on, what was the other one? On Apple, I remember, went from 30 cents to $4.
I remember Tesla.
And even Tesla, exactly. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, so some of my trades are highly speculative and they're cheap as crap. So if I blow up on them, I'm not going to land up at you know, the local shelter. And those, some of them have paid me huge. So I keep on looking at them like, what's the story with the chart there? This is now, you only thing I do them with are real companies. Baidu is a real company. Baidu is the Google of China. I have done enough checking to see why is the stock being held down. There's no real reason. So what I'm looking at is the extreme lottos May 8th. I'm going to buy more for May 15th because I believe that stock can go up to 110, possibly to 116. And that means 400% on your money, minimum. Minimum. Okay, minimum. So I'm buying the May 8 calls for 125. Somebody says this guy's crazy. Sure I am. That's the reason why, you know, I help you guys make so much money. If I was like this like boring trading services like, oh, hello, yes, you might want to do this, this and that, you guys would be making pennies. You need to be a little bit crazy in order to be an options trader. Smart and crazy. As Donald, he's smart and crazy, right? Exactly. People think, oh, he's crazy. He's not crazy. He's smart like a fox. Okay? That's the reason why he acts crazy sometimes. You know what I'm talking about, right? Exactly. So, bottom line is that the way I look at it is there is a technical pattern in play, and it is, one second, sir, ladies and gentlemen, forget about 130. I have a feeling there's something happening within Baidu. And bottom line is this is actually like kind of a low level cup and handle. And I believe the stock is going to break over the 50-day moving average is 105.32 and head towards 115 one single day, and your head's going to spin. Like spin. And I've shown enough examples of that. There is a technical reason, there is a speculative reason. And these are the kind of things that can take a 10-15 cent call to $5, and you make so much money that it changes the way your brain functions. Do you guys understand what I said? Now, why do I say that? Because I have done it. None of you, most of you have never had a 20-cent call that goes to $10. Maybe some of you have. I doubt it. Do you know what 2,000% means on a position where you have, let's say, 50 calls? Let's say you have 50 calls. Okay, at 10 cents. How much money is that? How much money is that?
$50.
500.
500. Okay. So whoever said 50 needs to also get their head checked. Okay. I'm sorry, $500. 500. So if that call goes to $5, what is your $500 worth?
25,000.
Exactly. Have you felt that joy? Well, learn how to feel it. There is no guarantee. If there was a guarantee, you wouldn't make $20,000. And you take that $20,000 ROI profit, you're like, F you, I don't give a shit. I'm buying every one of Frank's trades. You know, I'm going to get him all the referrals. I'm going to send him a box of chocolates. Never do that. I don't eat chocolates. Okay? Please don't do that. Send something for my dogs. And don't send garbage like treats and stuff. Send a nice leash. Just kidding. 20,000 bucks. Ladies and gentlemen, that is hardcore trading. So I'm watching this chart and I'm kind of like figuring out something's going on here. Something's going on here. And I think the stock's going to pop. Now we need more time. So I'm going to roll it out to May 15th. I'll keep the May 8th because when these type of things happen, and listen carefully, kids, all right? When these type of things happen, it happens from nowhere. Now here is my theory. I believe given the depressed value of Baidu, which was $170 stock back in May of last year, okay, it is a buyout candidate. I believe it's a buyout candidate. One of the big boys, Chinese big boys, either it's Alibaba, who knows, Tencent, NetEase, some big Chinese player is going to buy this company, or the company goes private. That's all I got to say. All right. So I like buying and piling up into this, having lots of calls, lots of calls. Okay. And see what happens. So this one, so instead of 500, let's say you don't have 5,000. Who knows? I'm not going to tell you what to do. But let's say you have $1,000 in there, have 100 calls. The power of having those amount of calls. When you own 50 calls, how many shares are you controlling? And please, the people who know, don't answer. I want somebody new, like Mario or Aldi. When you own 50 calls, how many shares are you controlling?
5,000.
5,000.
5,000. Think about that for a minute. You're controlling 5,000 frigging shares of $100 stock. Okay. All right. What else am I going to show? Okay, very quickly. What's the other one that I keep on buying, like the cheap stuff, like all the time? I forgot.
AMD.
Which one?
AMD.
AMD? No, AMD
Yeah.
is like, AMD is fine. And AMD is like, it was down today. It's going to be up like, okay, let me show you. AMD is very similar to what happened with one of my biggest winners today, reversal winner. What was that? It went from $2 to almost $9. And I told you guys to buy it when it fell after earnings. And I'm going to show it to you right now. It was
LCRX.
LCRX, exactly. Lattice Semiconductor, a company I know from years ago. LCRX. They never talk about LCRX on TV. So this is the, Lattice, one second. LC, why didn't it come up?
It's Lam Research.
I know. It's, I always screw up on the, it's LRCX, of course. Sorry, Lattice Semiconductor is LSCC. So here is something that everyone should look at. So when they say, oh, stocks can never fall, don't have to dollar cost average, that's all all your other services tell you. Full of garbage, complete garbage. Okay, and here is a reason why. We bought this stock on earnings. Okay, I believe it was last week. And oops, sorry. Oh, okay, let me go. Let me just find it here. So we bought this earnings Friday around 280. I thought the stock was going to go higher. I bought the 275 calls. I bought 275 calls. It plummeted. Told you guys to buy and cost average. I left it there. I cost average down. So I cost average down on the 275 calls from May 1st, down to almost like, what did I pay for it? Like 80 cents, 90 cents, $1. And the stock started to move higher. Okay. And so on Tuesday of last week, the stock basically jumped up to 273. I said, wow, that looks great. Then it kind of like did nothing. And we landed up at 281. Ladies and gentlemen, those calls with an average cost of 2+, and this is what you call a reversal trade. And this is when the stock was at $242 just 1 week ago. 1 week ago. Okay? 1 week ago, $242. 281, a $40 move. So some of you who are new say, why the hell did they drop the stock like that? Because the market is a bastardo, okay? Like they say in Italian, it's a bastardo. The market will smash your head. They want you out. Now, the longer term chart showed no real damage. And if you scroll back, I told you guys to buy this. So the calls went down, then went to 60 cents, went to $1.50 around here. And today, 2 days before expiry, LRCX, these are the 275 calls, May 1st. And this is a prime example of a reversal trade. And we have done a lot of them. Went to 870. From 60 cents, $1.50, $2 average cost in my case, 870. I should have bulked up like nobody's business. I didn't bulk up. I just added a bunch. But imagine if you had bought, just giving an example, if you had bought 50 calls, no, forget 50. Let's say you bought 20 calls at an average cost of $1.50. That'd be $3,000. You'd be selling the 30 calls at close to $27,000. You think I make these things up? Okay. The 20 calls at $1.50. Sorry, I said 20 calls, so 20 calls. So you'd be selling it at $18,000. How would you like to do that? Well, the only way you can do it is by doing it. And this happens a lot in this type of market. And I personally sometimes miss out on the reversals. I try not to, especially strong companies. So what can I say?
Hey Frank, do you like Visa?
Let's take a look at Visa. I don't really trade Visa that much. Better than Visa, I like Square. Square is the ultimate digital currency. I've been recommending the stock since the 40s. The stock is almost hitting 70.
I bought some off the alert today.
Okay, I've been recommending it for a while now. So let's take a look at Visa. You see, I have nothing against Visa, but everybody knows Visa. Visa, MasterCard. MasterCard is actually better than Visa, as in from an options trading standpoint. Stock is on fire, but the question is, how much money do you make on options? That's my point. You see, just because the stock moves up doesn't mean you're going to make a lot of money in options. Do you guys understand that part?
Yeah.
Depending on the implied volatility, depending on the option, gamma, alpha, delta, all that stuff. Visa's options in general don't deliver the type of money it should deliver based on the move it's making. But yes, the stock looks fantastic. I think the stock can go to 194. I think the stock can go to 185. But it's a big boy stock. And when it's a big boy stock, they tend to hold options premium kind of suppressed. So I personally like what I consider to be the new boys in town, which is Square, which I told people to buy all the way from here. I like PayPal in a different way. And I like MasterCard better than Visa because MasterCard options actually move quite a bit, but the same chart as Visa. Yeah, so in answer to your question, yes, I like Visa. How much money will you make on it based on the implied volatility and the movement on it? Maybe. Now, Visa is also tied in with retail sales. You understand that, Zach?
Yes.
Have you been shopping like crazy over the last couple of months?
No.
Exactly. Exactly. Visa doesn't necessarily work with small merchants. Yes or no? Does Visa? Not really. Visa doesn't always. American Express always works with the big retailers. Visa works with mid-level to high-level retailers. Who services the small retailers, like the digital swipes?
Square.
Square.
Thank you. Thank you. And Square is also in the business of getting a FDIC license to become a bank. Do you know what the stock's going to do? It's going to go to frigging $100. Because Square software and the technology is far, 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 far better than Visa. So that's my answer. That's what I would tell my institutional clients on Wall Street back in the days. And they would say, oh, he's saying that, he must know something. I'd be like, okay, No, it's true. They're the new frontier. Any other stock you guys want me to look at?
What do you
NVIDIA.
think about Teladoc?
Teladoc was down a little bit after hours. I still think the stock goes to frigging $300. Okay, I love Teladoc. Stock basically is down here right now. Teladoc's chart is completely fine. Let me move this to the left so we have a cleaner chart. This chart is completely fine. There is nothing wrong with Teladoc. They're a first mover advantage. Do you know what a first mover advantage means?
They lead the way.
They're the first ones to be in that level, just the way Amazon was. And everyone said, oh, it's a garbage stock. They never make money. That's all we heard on Amazon for years. And then Amazon showed them what money was all about. Okay? They said, F you, Wall Street. Here is our profits. They never make money on retail, by the way. All the stuff that they sell to us, they still lose money on that. You know that, right? Does people understand that?
Yeah.
What do they make their money on? Where does Amazon make their billions and billions of dollars?
Memberships.
Not really.
AWS.
Thank you very much. Who said that?
Mario.
Hey, Mario, man, what are you, like secret, exactly. What is AWS? Tell everybody.
Web services.
Amazon Web Services. They host what? They host Facebook. They host all the big companies that want to save their data in the cloud. Microsoft's version is called Azure, which they made a crap load of money on, and Amazon's version is called AWS. They don't make money on retail. They just do that for fun to keep their customers to sell them the other services, just the way Apple sells an iPhone so that you can get hooked on to all their other services. You get it? That's how great companies do things. So yeah. So Teladoc is a first mover advantage. Up and down, as long as the stock doesn't break below 157, you can buy the crap out of it. This stock is a $220 stock, in my opinion, going into next quarter, because the whole world is transitioning to telemedicine. You ever hear Donald talk on the press conferences? Telemedicine, telemedicine. I want to promote telemedicine. Yes, it's all about telemedicine. And this company, in my opinion, at one point will get bought out. So nothing wrong with it. Now, short-term fluctuations, sure, no problem. Any other stock?
Somebody mentioned NVIDIA. I'd like to second that.
NVIDIA is another monster. The stock is going to new highs, and that new high is 316. The only thing with NVIDIA is their options are kind of inelastic. What that means in simple English is they should move a lot faster when the stock is moving than what they should. You understand what I'm saying? The stock will be up $7. Options would be only up 40%. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Aside from that, NVIDIA is definitively going to make a new high. It is written in stone. And after Tesla's blockbuster results, NVIDIA is in artificial intelligence, autonomous cars. Vince, what's his name? Jensen Young, right? Very smart guy. And stock's going higher. From an option standpoint, I would love to see the options move faster. But yes, I do believe the stock is, it's almost at the cusp of like making a new high. So no question about it. Let's take a look at Facebook. Where can Facebook go? Oh, hello, Facebook. Where is it now? 214. Facebook's making a new high. Like really making a new high. Tomorrow, I don't think so. But it's right here, right now, ladies and gentlemen. It closed right here, 212, 214. Just the way this chart is drawn. So bottom line is, and I know Paul's been a big proponent of Facebook for a long time, and you've been dead right, my friend. Okay?
Hey, Frank, yeah, thanks. I just had a quick question, Frank, while you're on this topic. It's obviously going to gap up a lot, and it's going to be outside of its Bollinger Band on the daily. Does that present concern in the short term?
No. There's way too much juice in it to worry about Bollinger Bands at this point. But
Right.
here is the point here. Are you guys listening? What Paul said? Now, why does Facebook have so much potential as a technical play? Are you guys with me so far?
Yep.
Okay, look at this, what I'm going to show you. When a stock moves up that big so fast, I mean, it's like WTF, like what the type of routine, right? What does it do to the moving averages?
Bends them quickly.
The stock is here right now. Okay? So, Paul, don't answer. Somebody else who's new has to understand. What is a moving average? This is a 5-day moving average. This is a 50-day moving average. This is a 34-day moving average. Where's the blue line? And the blue line here is right here is just about to cross the 50-day moving average. Okay, that's your 20-day moving average. What is a moving average? Somebody just volunteer. What is a moving average, guys? I'm always talking about moving averages. You guys are always looking at moving averages. Aldi, what's a moving average?
Just the average price based upon whatever day you're pointing out. So if it's a 50-day moving average, it's the average price over 50 days.
Exactly. Who's this, Aldi?
No, it's house.
Yeah, I thought so. I was thinking of you, and then you spoke. Okay. So does everyone understand that a moving average simply is an average of the prices? So the red line is a 50-day moving average. This is a 34-day moving average. This is a 20-day moving average. The blue line. This yellow line is a 5-day moving average. It is the average of the prices. Simple moving average. That's all I use. SMA. Of the prices for those consecutive days going back. So if a stock moves that fast, that quick, what does the moving average do? Somebody else, please answer me. The moving average is already starting to turn, even though they're far apart and they're downward sloping still. But as the stock keeps on pressing higher, what does it do to the moving average?
It'll point up.
Point up, turn.
They turn. The point is not point up. That's wrong. They start to turn. And when the moving averages turn, and we talk about crossovers all the time, ladies and gentlemen, remember the moving average crossed down here and the stock plummeted. The stock's been moving up huge, but the moving average have still been going down because it hasn't been 50 days. You got it? So point is, as the moving averages turn and cross over, what do you think is going to happen to the stock? It's going to go to $300 to $400. Do you understand what I just said? If this was an online trading academy or a Goldman Sachs webinar, you'd be paying $7,000 to sit and listen to this stuff for an hour and change. Trust me when I tell you. Trust me when I tell you. You're getting my service on the cheap, my friends. On the cheap. This moving average on the weekly barely budged. Told us there was no real damage. What we need to do is to see this turn around. And on the daily, we need that curving around. The stock's going a lot higher. Minimum, it's going to go to the highs. Now, Facebook has other issues. They get attacked by the government. Sometimes Trump goes nuts on them. So those are political issues that we have to deal with. All right, guys. Apple stock's coming up with earnings tomorrow. What can happen? Let's take a look at it. We've been done very well with Apple. Nothing. Even if the stock has fantastic results, the machines might drive it down after hours. I believe the stock can technically go to 310, 304 to 310. It is very much on an uptrend. That's on a technical basis. What happens after hours? I can't control that. Okay? I believe Apple will function right. I believe these are all gaps, by the way. I believe that the stock, if it doesn't break 271, is a complete buy. Are you guys with me? So even if Apple falls tomorrow, let's say Apple's at 291 tomorrow, and then it drops down before earnings to 278, I will be very happy. Why? Because then I can buy it a little bit cheaper. But Apple will most probably be higher tomorrow because of Facebook and the whole internet index and the QQQ, NASDAQ 100. I like buying stocks on earnings when they pull back prior to it. Not always the case. But Apple is destined to go to 310. So even if it falls, and it's a beautiful cup and handle, so even if it falls after earnings, look to buy it the following day, unless their earnings are really horrible. So this is a cup and handle. Cup and handle breakout right here. Are you guys with me?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's it. They have a lot of charts to show, and the last thing that I'll show is a work of art that is going to. Has anyone have the app Google Art on their iPhone?
No. Remember, Apple stores were closed for a month.
Doesn't matter. It's already been discounted into the price. Apple still sold 20 million phones in China. So you tell me. We already know. See, what the market already knows, there's no reason to hash it. You know, we already know Apple stores were closed for a month. Question is, the forward guidance is what matters. Anyway, like I was telling you about Google Art and Culture, download the app. I spent an hour just immersed in traveling to the world's finest museums, whether it's the Louvre, whether it's the Musée, whether it's all these great museums around the world. And it's so immersive, it blows your mind. So if you want to relax sometime, instead of looking at porn, I'm just kidding. Seriously, look at the world's finest art and museums from New York to Paris to Madrid to Barcelona actually, to Milan, to Asia.
Trucks
Google
outside
Arts
of
and
funeral home.
just,
Workers reportedly put the bodies there because the Cleckley funeral home was filled.
can somebody just mute their mic? Please, thank you. Can somebody just mute the mic before I mute it? So please do it. It blew my mind, guys. It's so amazing and it's so real. I wasn't wearing a virtual reality glass either. So please do that. Google Arts and Culture, something like that. It's an app on iPhone, not on Samsung. Which a quick reminder: all my members need to burn their Samsung phones. Please get rid of it by this weekend before I fire you guys. Seriously, get rid
Frank,
of your
just
Samsungs. No,
Frank, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm showing a chart here, so please watch this. This is not a UFO. This is a chart of the E-minis. Now, does this chart look like it's going higher or lower? Zach, this is like a work of art. It's like lying in midair. Does this chart look like it's going higher? First reaction. I don't want you to think. First reaction. And say what you want. Never lie. Does this look like it's going higher or lower?
It looks like it's going higher.
Higher.
You had to think like 20 seconds? Okay, fine. Somebody else. Frank's only friend. Does this chart look like it's going higher or lower? Okay, he won't answer. Somebody else, please.
Higher.
Looks higher.
Really? It does? You sure? It looks like a piece of art to me, doesn't it?
It
Do you
does.
know who Escher was? Somebody into art a little bit? Who was Escher? Who was Escher? He was a German geometric artist, all about squares and stuff. Look it up, Escher, Escher, or something like that. Okay, this looks like a art. This looks like a chart from Escher. I looked at it today. It blew my mind. I'm going to frame it and put it up on my trading room. Look how beautiful this chart is. And these two lines are the 34 and the 50-day moving averages. And this is the acceleration channel that started back on April 27, 2019. Anyone's birthday in May? I'm sorry, May 27th? Anyone's birthday in May?
Birthday tomorrow?
Whose birthday? Your birthday's tomorrow?
Yes.
Awesome. Everyone say happy birthday to my good friend Paul. It's good.
Happy birthday, Paul.
It's
Happy
good.
Happy
birthday.
birthday.
It's good to be
Thanks,
16.
guys.
It's good to be 16 again, man. That's awesome. Sweet 16, Paul. Good for you. That's fantastic. So yeah, so when I saw this chart, it just blew my mind. I'm like, wow. So this was a bull market, recent bull market that started on May 27, 2019. Okay, May 27, 2019. So this is the way I look at things. This is the way a technician looks at the market, or some weirdo like me looks at the market. To me, it's a piece of art. All right, it's like Escher's art. German, he was brilliant. His stuff, you guys have seen his stuff. He used to do a lot of black and whites, and just very like, wow, like, sir, you know, it's like cubes upside down. You have to look like sideways to figure out what's going on. You know which artist I'm talking about, right, Paul? It was like a very, very thing. But look him up. Look him up. So
I thought you said Usher. Usher.
Escher, yeah.
I thought you said Usher.
Asher, no, I didn't say Asher. You know what? Kushton, what's it called? No, I didn't say Asher. So anyway, so basically, this is how the market should have normally traveled in, except the market blew its top right here, and then just went nuts. This is the nutty part. Okay, my opinion, the market will re-enter the 3100 level, 3055, and resume its journey. And right at this level, of course, there's going to be a lot of violence, back and forth, because to enter a long-term uptrend channel, as signified by these lines, requires a lot of force for the market to get back in that channel. You guys understand what I said? But given the fact that the greatest companies in the world happen to be our technology companies, no one can deny that. So given that it is possible, but S&P is not just technology companies. Now, this is the E-mini futures. So this is, you need the airlines and all those regional banks, all that stuff, the banking sector, Boeing, to basically rise in order for it to get in there. But once it gets in there, there's a very high probability that we're going to get towards 3,300, maybe pull back, and who knows, maybe make a new high. But what I'm saying is, when I looked at this chart, it just blew my mind. So there you go. Did everyone understand that? It's quite easy. Right here, there's going to be a lot of violence once we get into that 3055, 3055 level, 3055. A lot of violence because it's going to try to re-enter back in this channel above the 50 and the 34-day moving average. But once it does that, which in my opinion it will, unless, I repeat, the risk of another pandemic rising, that's a different story. The market will resume its upward trajectory within this white channel. So the next time, here's the last thing I'm going to say. The next time the market crashes like crazy and I'm showing and I'm spending, maybe I did like almost 3 or 4, I remember doing like 3 or 4 critical webinars during this extremely volatile period just to get people focused. Like, guys, this is happening. It's never stayed below the Bollinger for more than a week. I was dead right. If I can be dead right in the most difficult market conditions ever, why can't I be right going forward under, not normal, but less difficult market conditions? So the next time, stop grabbing your diapers, grab the keyboard and buy something. Because right now, if you bought the market at these levels, you would be so rich, you wouldn't even know. And I'm talking with a few $1,000s. You wouldn't even know what to do with the money. So if you don't think of that before you go to bed, then in my opinion, you're a loser. Okay? Because if you don't feel crappy about all the money that you left on the table, and you still leave on the table almost every other day, then in my opinion, that is the definition of a loser. And I call myself a loser at times for missing trades that I should have taken, but I always attack the market. So if you think that you did well by making 40% on your account when you should have made 400%, because that's exactly what my alerts are and what the market is giving you, then you're a loser. Because making 40% versus 400% is a loss of what percentage? Zach, asked you a question. Making 40% versus 400% is a loss of what?
Profit.
Excuse me?
Losing out on profit.
I asked you a question. You give me a numerical answer. You made 40% when you could have made 400%. What is your loss?
360.
Thank you very much. Don't give me a banal answer of like, oh, you didn't make enough profits. I asked you a numerical answer, but you gave me an answer finally. But if you're taking a GMAT or your SATs, you don't get a second chance to answer the question, right? Exactly. Right. Exactly. So at least you gave the answer. So instead of making 40%, instead of making 400%, because this is what the market is giving you these days, okay? Overall on a swing trade, and you made 40%, and you're smiling like, wow, I made 40%. Wow, that's great. Then obviously there's something wrong with you. You lost 360% that you didn't make. That's the way I attack the market as a options trader. Got it? Stop reaching for the low numbers. Reach for the heights. And that applies to everybody. On that note, God bless you all. I delivered my goods. I'm very proud of myself that I did so much hard work to make a lot of money for a lot of people. And God bless you all. But some of you who are just sitting around, twiddling your thumb, looking for colored diapers on Amazon or Costco. I don't think Costco sells colored diapers. Amazon probably does, or Etsy. Pink diapers, orange diapers, polka dot diapers. I suggest you really examine your head and get into this game. Sign up for the advanced coaching sessions. I'll answer any questions you want here and there. But seriously, stop being frigging scared of the market. This market still wants to go higher. And stop hanging out with a bunch of losers who keep on shorting the market. Yes, you can short the market on an intraday basis on a pullback. But instead of making 400, you make 40%, and you think you are a king, you are a loser. That's what I tell myself. That's how you change your mindset and become a real hardcore rich trader. God bless you all, man. And spread the word. The only thing I need from you, I don't need your great compliments, nothing. Yes, a few testimonials, fantastic. Organic marketing, I put it there, people get excited. Get us good referrals. Talk to your friends. If you won the lottery, you tell your best friend, dude, I just won the lottery. Well, many of you are winning the lotteries. So why not spread the word? Get some new blood in. Let's get some good people to make more money. What do they have to lose? You know what they have to lose? Their stupidity. Except they'll be richer. And of course, if we train them, they'll be, far better off. So get the referrals in. God bless you all. Thank you for being at Clueless 8 Training. And thank you, Frank's only friend. Good night, guys.
Thanks.